Hello, welcome to this overnight taste challenge. I have to do it now instead of Dawn Busters because my schedule's changed a little bit due to cooking this corned beef brisket. All right, anyway, it sounds silly, but it's the reason. So I'm doing this now, and I have two what's called DSS blended American blended whiskeys. They're bottled in Kentucky. They don't technically claim to be Kentucky whiskey, but who knows what it is. But DSS is a distilled spirit specialty, meaning it doesn't really follow the rules of any class of liquor. So they just put it under that, which is a catch-all category, and a lot of companies produce things in that. Now these will be in the whiskey section of your store, but if you pin down the company, which is Quality Control Distilling, also known as Heaven Hill, they don't even have these listed on the website, so they may have discontinued them. I don't know. Maybe they just decided not to list some things. But if you pin them down, they would say, "Oh, no, it's not. We never claimed it was a whiskey. Nope, we don't. We. If you look at now, this is what their representative will tell you. If you look at the label, it says blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. We never claimed it was a blend. It was a blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. See, so it's called Kentucky Gold, Kentucky. Now, the old bottle that I bought years ago said Kentucky Gold blended whiskey, 80% grain neutral spirits, 20% straight whiskey, aged 3 years. But this is not claiming that. It's 80 proof, so it does fit the whiskey profile on there requirements. But you see, they're probably adding more flavoring than the percentage is allowed. The percentage is 2.5. A volume can be flavoring. A DSS, you can go above that. But on the other hand, with a distilled spirit specialty, you have to disclose if it's got flavoring or coloring added. Has to be. I was reading the requirements. If it's a blended whiskey, you don't have to disclose it. You could just say blended whiskey bottled in Kentucky, and they could have caramel added, and they could have flavoring added. It just can't. It just says NTE not to exceed 2.5%. Okay, so that's. But no store is going to put it in a special section called DSS. They're going to put it on the whiskey shelf, just like if they have a gin, or let's say like a vodka, and it says vodka with premium liqueur. It's just going to be in the vodka section, just like the modern Skull that you see, Skull and Kamchatka. And hold on, I got to go reset the oven. Be right back. Got about one more hour on that, I think. I wanted to start it early just to get it done. And I got it on discount because the sell by date was today. They had to sell it by today. Not best by, sell by. Raw meat is sell by. If they don't sell it by the end of today, they have to throw it away. They cannot sell it or even give it away. So that's why they upped the price about 75%. All right. But I'm cooking it now because I'm not going to play around with it. All right, here's Clubhouse. Each Clubhouse brand has a different bottle. So different bottle color. Label color. This is brown. The blended whiskey is brown. The gin is green. The vodka is red. The rum is blue, so forth. It's a very basic line. And like I said, it might be discontinued, but it's saying the same thing. No age statement. Blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. Kentucky Kentucky Standard Distillers. Okay, this is Kentucky Standard Distillers. All it is alien, and it's got a picture of a country club with crossed golf clubs and crossed tennis rackets. And you're not going to go to a country club and see this unless it's a well drink. And that's what this is. It's made for bars and like restaurants. I was just at a seafood restaurant 2 days ago, and in Chalmette, Louisiana, and they had all these lined up, not this brand, but one similar to that. And I said, look, they're using all really cheap rum, vodka, gin, brandy, whiskey, whatever, but vodka. And you're going to order a cocktail, and they're going to charge you a good amount, and it's not going to cost them hardly anything. Herbie says, good morning, Herbie in India. Hello. Good morning to you. It's very early morning here. All right. So I know these are really low shelf. I don't have to be told. But they do exist. And I figured it's not doing any harm to taste them. Well, might be fooling myself, but you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, do I plan to do higher grade products? Yes, I do. I noticed that a lot of Mexican restaurants, a common new brand that they're carrying is called Concierge. Concierge is from California, some independent bottling company in California, and they produce a whole line for a restaurant. Yeah, this is not going to make it to a second. I think we're at the end of the road for Clubhouse. Don't you agree? So. And it won't be missed because it tastes strange. And if you look at Concierge carefully, they're all DSS, distilled spirit specialties. It'll say like blended whiskey with natural flavors, vodka with natural flavors, gin with natural. Of course, gin does have natural flavor, and botanicals and the juniper berries. But these got flavoring on top of that. So it's like a double positive. Botanicals plus flavoring, but all really low. And those restaurants probably buy it from a wholesaler, very low price, much cheaper than you get it at a store. And there it is on the shelf at La Carreta and El Paso and Santa Fe and all those Mexican restaurants. And same thing, people gonna go to lunch and say, give me a Manhattan. Oh, no problem. It costs them probably 2 cents to make it, and you're gonna pay like $8, $9. Do I buy liquor at restaurants? No, I just get water. Then they want to charge you like $4. Sometimes they charge like $2.50 for a bottle of water. Dasani. You remember in the old days, the restaurants would always just have a glass and they pour ice water in it. It was just like automatic. You didn't ask for it. You sat down, they bring you a glass or a cup, whatever, depending on the restaurant. They pour the water. That's it. If you want a drink, you order a drink. Now you go to these Chinese restaurants and trying to hit you up $2 or $3 for a bottle of water. 12 ounces. It's like, what's going on? The food is already sky high. It's not like the old before JB. The last 5-6 years with this inflation caused by the government, but I might add. And it doesn't matter if it's Socialist Party A or Socialist Party B. They both love spending money. They only talk about the debt and the budget deficit and inflation when they're out of office. When they get in office, that goes away. They don't even know what that is. Never heard of that. I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm not being cynical. I'm just telling you the truth. That is the truth. Now, you can get angry or whatever. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I mean, I've observed this my whole This smells, well, it just smells like regular old whiskey. Now, your gut reaction when you see this is, oh, that's hooch, bum juice, tramp juice, and all of that. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, but restaurants have it. And I've seen Kentucky Gold in the big glass bottles, regular size glass bottles and liters. I've seen it. Didn't buy it, but I've seen it. And here is a glass bottle. Now, but yeah, but this is not exactly what that is. And I don't even know, is that really even a thing, or is that just a construct in people's minds? You say, well, they do have people that are like vagrants, live on the streets and all, and got real serious problems and cause serious problems for everybody else. And they, yeah, obviously, common sense, they're going to buy the cheapest stuff they can find, or steal it. Then they'll steal the good stuff. But you know what I'm saying. It's not really a reflection of the product so much as it's a reflection. It's not so much a reflection on the product as a reflection on the condition of the person. Okay, enough social commentary. These are both pretty gold amber. I don't want to look at them again. Well, I could look at them now because I've mixed them up so much. This one's darker. This one's amber. This one's gold. But to be on the safe side, does Heaven Hill take pride in these products? If they did, they'd put their name on it instead of putting an alias name like Quality Control Distilling Company and Kentucky Standard Distillers. And they wouldn't have made a video on YouTube where the guy laughed about it when they asked the old brand spokesman, he retired, do you have problems sometimes where these whiskeys don't come out correctly, these bourbons? Oh, yes. He said, yes. And then the interviewer said, do you dump them out? He said, no, we just blend them off into our blended whiskeys. And he busts out laughing. I said, right. They're not wasting it. Now, Sazerac, the Buffalo Trace Company, they told me on the phone, the lady told me, oh, no, sometimes we have to dump it out. She said it's not common. It's rare. But we don't just blend it off. We dump it if it's real bad. But they probably use it if it's not real bad. Maybe if it's just bad. She was careful about how she spoke. And that probably almost never happens where they're making a straight bourbon and it comes out funk, but it could, I guess. I don't know the industry. You want this in your life? Go ahead, take it. 80 proof, tastes like vanilla, tastes like oak, tastes like ethanol, grain spirits, corn liquor. Do they have rye in it? Malted barley. They probably have all of that. But like I say, it's probably inferior cuts of their good stuff. Their Elijah Craig, the Larceny, Old Fitzgerald, or even Evan Williams or whatnot. And it's just not, something ain't right with it. And you say, well, they masking it with flavoring. Exactly. There you go. Same thing. This one has a nutty flavor. It's almost like walnut shell or walnut oil. I guess walnut extract could be considered a flavoring. They sell all that stuff in little vials. I was just at a store yesterday. They got a whole rack at the top. All kind of extracts: orange extract, lemon extract, coconut extract, rum, even rum extract. That's what it's called. And it contains rum now. So if it's a flavoring and you add it and it comes from nature, then it's a natural flavor. Now, these people on the internet is driving me crazy they keep saying it on their video reviews. They'll say, oh, natural flavor, and that's fake. It's artificial. I said, no. How many times does this have to be explained? All right. There's two sets of flavorings. The government, U.S. Food and Drug Administration recognizes. because it could only be one of two types. It's either a natural flavoring or an artificial flavoring. All right. Natural flavoring comes from a natural source, like a leaf or bark or some part of an animal. Now, it might be, if you saw how they got, you might be disgusted. You know what I mean? It might be like unsavory, like stomach turning extractions or whatever, but it still comes from nature. An oil, they call it an oleo resin, an oil, an extract, all of the nuts, fruit, banana. You say, but it could be old rotten bananas that they're about to throw out. Yeah, right. But they're still using the essence, you know, of the. You just get the banana flavor, not the rotted. All right. Artificial flavor does not come from nature. It comes from a laboratory. And they use things like coal oil, petroleum. You say, oh, yikes. Yeah, but it's deemed, the government say, well, it's not unhealthy. So although they just banned red dye number 3, which they said was healthy, then they decided it was not healthy. All right. But so that's the difference. Can you add artificial flavoring to a DSS? Yes, you can, but it has to be on the label. And it's not on the labels of these. So therefore, we know it is not using artificial flavoring. Caramel color is a coloring. It comes from caramel. What is caramel? Essentially, it's sugar browned in a pan. Now, they're doing it at an industrial level. Obviously, they're not in a kitchen with a pan, but that's what it is. And it turns tan, right? Light brown. And they add it to all kind of food and drinks. It's the most common coloring added to food or drinks in the world, caramel coloring. And they got big companies that make it. Has no odor, has no flavor. That's the way it's an industrial one. It's not like your your granny, my grandma, my mama made in the kitchen. This tastes all right. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it tastes terrible. It doesn't. It's not anything exciting, that's for sure. It's nothing bad. Doesn't have off-putting things. If it did, I would say it. I'm just telling you, I would say it. This one has kind of a little harsh nut oil thing going. Now, one of the members of Alcohol Eggs, I put a photo of this in the snow when we had the snowstorm, actually the blizzard a few weeks ago. I took a photo of this in the snow. Came out nice. Now, one of the people says, caramel color, oh, yummy or delicious. I said, well, remember, many expensive Scotch whiskeys, we talking about $100 or $200 bottles, whether they're single malt or blended, will use caramel color. And they don't even have to tell you that they're using it. At least these, they have to tell you. So think about it. If you think about it along those lines, you might not be snooty about it. Because one of these $200 Scotch whiskeys that you're bragging about on the internet, yeah, I got it. It was $250. Does the bottle say natural color? Or as they say over there, color, you know, C-O-L-O-U-R. They spell it a different way. They pronounce it color, but it looks like color. Does it say that anywhere on the bottle? Natural color? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Well, how do you like that? So before you jump, think about what you're talking about. All right. Do I think they should add caramel color into whiskeys? Honestly, I would rather if they did not. I would just rather if it looked the way it looked. You know, if it looked all pale, that would be fine with me. But some people are weird about it, and they say, oh, well, if it's too light, they won't buy it. You know, oh, we got to make it look tan. Yeah, you know. So fine. Me personally, I would rather if they didn't. Now they do that with the Foster's Ale, Foster's Premium Ale, formerly known as Foster's Premium Bitters, or Special Bitters, called Foster's Special Bitter. When you pour it, it looks tan, and it says on the back of the label, caramel color added. I'd rather if they just didn't add color in. It'd probably be yellow fizzy stuff. that's the real color. But like I say, people got mindsets about certain things. All right, so the winner is the Heaven Hills Kentucky Gold. I say this is the Kentucky Gold because it has a milder, nicer flavor. And it did win, and it is right. Now, Clubhouse is going bye-bye because I'm finished. Well, I got a few. I'll just drink that. But I got a little bit left, and that's it. And I'm not going to miss it. So bye-bye, Clubhouse. And when I throw you away, I'll be glad to see you hit the trash. All right, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.